How do everyone? Um, as you can probably tell by the title, it's not so much just an update on myself, but I've had a request by somebody in the chat who would discuss um, about cravings and AA. And you know who you are, so this one's for you. And well done on your 5 months sobriety. So yeah, with the cravings, didn't really understand cravings before all this regarding alcohol, because I was a functioning alcoholic, as they call it. So I just always had it there. I always worked, so I struggled to understand when people were saying, "Oh, still don't like saying it, he's an alcoholic." Um, because you have this picture, don't you, of someone unfortunately on a park bench or brown paper bag and all them cliches. Um, but afterwards, after my group sessions, with Achieve, and plus going to AA, so on, speaking to people and learning, I got a better understanding. It's like a craving is not so much like a withdrawal, is it? Withdrawal is physical when you're sweating and you need it and you want it, whereas a craving, as it's explained to me, is like, I'll stick to alcohol as the point, but it's like when you're having a busy day, worked hard, gardening, doing whatever, and you go, oh, I could do with a drink now, and then when you get your drink, your mind's all right. It just shows it's psychological, because once you've got that there, it's like, oh, I'm all right now. I'll leave it there until I finish doing whatever it is I'm doing. So I think that was a good way to explain cravings to me. It's more psychological than a physical effect. And with that in mind, from what I've learned, then you can address that. And a good analogy is the cravings will get shorter over time. It's explained to me like a wave. You know, the higher up you're out at sea, you ain't getting through it. It's smashing you back, knocking you down. But the more it comes in, say towards the beach, you know, it's only a small wave and you can deal with that a lot better, can't you? So basically, when I get a craving now, I'll just occupy myself, do something, take my mind off it. And, you know, it is a chemical that's released in your brain, but it's just a craving. It will pass. And before you know it, the day is gone. It's why we have a saying, just for today. You know, you just get through today. Tomorrow's a new day. You don't know what it'll bring. So that's the way I'd explain cravings, in my opinion. Now, regarding AA, it's got a stigma with it, hasn't it? You know, it's religious and you've got to do the 12 steps out the book. Now, I'm only 4 months by it, so I'm talking for myself, and my view of it all up to where I'm at now. I do go AA and I enjoy it, because one thing you find is so many different people with the same story. Whereas before I started all this, I thought, no one understands me, no one understands what I've gone through or going through. Woe me, if you like. But, you know, when you go and listen to the stories of people, it really resonates with you. You're not on your own. It's a dangerous thing, alcohol, you know, if you let it get to you. And I haven't done the 12 steps myself yet. And there's a couple of people who are at my AA groups that I haven't done any steps, and whereas there's a lot who's done the 12 steps and got a sponsor. So I don't know where I'm at with that yet. It's still work in progress, but regardless of that, I'd say it's worth going. If it's AA near you, if you remember, I'll put a link in the description for AA groups all over the country, worldwide. I think I've said it before in another video. And give it a go yourself. And someone once said, if that group's not working for you, or there's a couple of idiots, because come on, we get idiots everywhere. I've been an idiot myself a couple of times. But if you're not enjoying that group, just look about for another one near you. Find one that resonates with you. And if you feel like doing the 12 steps and getting a sponsor, then do it. If you don't, don't. You don't need to let it complicate your own mind, is what I found. But I do get something from going as well. I found that, because at first I wasn't going to them, and I drive down, and it's a bit ironic, isn't it, going to AA, driving down, but anyway, I'm sober. So I drive down, and I can talk myself out of something so easy, so I'll be like, oh, it's God, it's people who don't understand me, and I drive off. Because I was only introduced to AA when I was in Chapman Barker. They took us like for a session. So at first, I'll admit, I just treated it like, oh, I'm getting out of here, where I've been stuck in for a week and a half at that point. You're not allowed to leave on your detox. So I went to get a day out, and then the place happened to be near where I live. So anyway, one thing led to another, and I enjoy going now, but I didn't like them at first. And obviously, you know, the 12 steps and higher power. Higher power doesn't have to be God, you know, it could just be something within you. A stronger need, want for something higher that's out of your control. You know, it's kind of a get out clause, isn't it? It's a blame game, if you like. But I'd recommend it, give it a go. And you was asking about like the groups. Well, where I was, which is Greater Manchester based, which is Greater Manchester Mental Health, is something called Achieve, and they got me into Chapman Barker for the detox. And there's a belief that if you have like at least 8-12 weeks of help after you detox, you've got a greater, you know, greater chance of carrying it on. So if you get in touch with your local mental health team, I know it's a bit daunting saying mental health, but it is, isn't it? And it can be. So if you get in touch with them through your doctor or through your hospital, they can refer you to something in your area that has something like Achieve. And I've looked into it briefly, and there is, you know, it's England Mental Health. It's not just Greater Manchester Mental Health, who I was under. So yeah, that's where I am up to now with all that. I do enjoy going AA. It gets me out. I go on a Monday and Friday. Anything else? No, I think that's it. So I hope that's helpful for yourself and anyone watching. And thank you. Take care. Respect.